Alright, now that we got Bash working on everyone's system, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get set up on GitHub. So what is GitHub? GitHub is a cool little system that we can manage all our software on the cloud. So I pretty much write code on my computer, push it up to my GitHub account, and then I can pull it back down. So where does that come in handy? Say I'm, like I am right now, writing code on my desktop back at home. I push my code up to my GitHub repository. Whenever I'm done, whenever I'm back at school or just doing something else, maybe I'm sitting on the couch, I want to work on my laptop, I can fire up my laptop and pull all my code down and essentially work on the same exact source code. Other computers can also be shared with your GitHub account as far as like other users. So if you have multiple team members working on one project, you all can push code up to one single repository. So let's just look up github.com, and some people might already have an account here, but I'm going to sign up for a new one just in case some people don't. And just a second. Alright, so what had happened was I already had that account set up, so I just wanted to go delete it and show you the brand new or how to register a new user. So I'm going to use the same one that I had previously. I deleted it, so now it's saying my name's available again. I'm going to use the UNH email, so jax472@wildcats.unh.edu. There we go, so that's good. Choose a password, and let's go to create an account. And we're going to do the free account, the unlimited public repositories. So continue that. Tailor your experience. If you want to go through and talk about this, I'm just going to skip this step. And there you go. So you could read a guide, you can start a project. I'm going to click up here to view my profile. So here you can see I apparently had one contribution. That's today, February 13th. So you'll see these little green blocks. That'll show you kind of like a pictorial version of how many contributions you made, how much code you've pushed up to this repo. I don't have any public repositories yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new one. So I'm going to go to new, and I need to verify my email, so give me 1 second. Alright, I went ahead and verified my email. I'm back in my, let's just go back to the main GitHub page. I'll just type in github.com in case you got a little lost checking your email. Go back up here to view my profile. Actually, I'm going to click on this little cat icon. Nope. Click on your profile. Here we go. I'm not going to create a new repository yet because I want to get everyone set up on the student developers pack. So what I'm going to do is create a brand new window, and we're going to Google student pack GitHub. So in here, click on this first link, learn how to code using the student developer pack, education.github.com/pack, and we're going to get our pack. Alright, so I'm going to say yes, I'm a student. What this should do, this should allow us to have private repositories. So maybe you're working on your homework or something and you're not supposed to let everyone see it. You can have your own private repository. Normally in GitHub you have to pay for this. Alright, so jax472 is my username. This is a username that you are registered with at GitHub. There's an email I registered with. School name, University of New Hampshire. Manchester, we'll say. Graduation year 2017, and I'm just going to say I planned this for homework and class project work. Submit a request. Alright, and apparently they're gonna, I've never done this before, but apparently they're gonna send us an email, so I'm gonna go check my email, see if that pops up, and hopefully figure out what to do from there. Just 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright, now while I wait for that email for the student developer pack, I'm going to go back to GitHub, and I'm gonna go click on my profile, and I'm gonna create a new repository. I'm going to make this repository public regardless, so I'm not going to worry about the student developer private version. I want this one to be public because I want all of you to be able to view it. And I'm just gonna say COMP525 Django practice. This is the name of my repository. Hit new. Alright, I messed that up. So that would have searched my, yeah, that was searching my original repositories. The ones I already had. So, alright, let's do this again. So, comp 525 Django practice. Description, I'm not really going to put one in here. It's public right now. Maybe if you have your developer version set up, you can do, or the student version set up, you can do the private. I am going to initialize this with a readme. And I am going to add a git ignore. So click yes, or click just on this little icon, type in Python. What the git ignore does is it allows you to, it has a list of file extensions, file names that Git will automatically not push up to your public repository. This is important when you think about like Python when it's has your compiled files. You want to push up your source code, the .py file. You don't want to push up the compiled code, the .pyc. Don't really get your head wrapped around that too much right now. We'll get into that later. So there we go. So now I have my new repository. Here's the git ignore that I was telling you about. It ignores all these types of files. And I think it has some stuff specific for Django that it, there we go, Django stuff. So apparently it blocks, it doesn't manually, or it doesn't upload my local settings.py, my .logs, whatever. This is really not important. And it's got a readme dot here, so I can edit this if I want. And welcome to COMP525 Django public repository. Commit changes. So commit is kind of like save. So when you think of committing something, think of saving it. So there you go. I've made my first save. So I can manually update files through here by clicking around and clicking on files on my repository, or we're going to do it from the command line as well. So in the next video, I'm going to have to make sure that I can install Git and access it from my command line.